Yeah, I don't know.
Plagger.
So I have 2 talks ready for this slot, and I looked up this localization and internationalization stuff yesterday. This talk is too much about Perl, and how many people actually write Perl application, like on the web application, something like that? Interested in? Yeah, so I have Perl internationalization stuff and Plagger stuff.
Will you please use the microphone?
Okay,
Thank you.
but it's not detachable. So I don't know which one to talk about. Okay. Do you want me to talk about Plagger or Perl stuff? Which one?
If you do Plagger, I'll be your interpreter after that.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about Plagger then. So I changed my talk twice. But it should be interesting talk, so let's start it. Just a quick introduction myself. My name is Hsin-Chan, and these are the kanji characters for my name. And I'm from Tokyo this time.
Sushi restaurant, wasn't it?
Which one?
We saw a sushi restaurant called Miyagawa.
Oh yeah, yesterday. Miyagawa is common name in South Japan, and my father is from Kyushu, and maybe, I don't know, something related. But I'm from Tokyo this time, and but actually living in San Francisco from last November, to work for a company called Sixabat. Do you know companies called Sixabat? Cool. Sixabat is the company behind these products, Box and Lab Journal. Maybe you guys know Lab Journal and Type. I'm actually working on this software Box, and this is a new personal grabbing software, and this is how the site looks like, and this is actually a freely usable and server-side hosted grabbing software, so you don't need to install it like Type. You can start it just today, and my cPanel also ID is Miyagawa, so you probably know kind of these modules, but maybe among them these are kind of popular, like Class Trigger or Acacia to API, and stuff like XML, I don't know. And well, in my slides there's some Myanmar characters, but I actually intended to display backslash, but if you're using Windows XP Japanese edition, there's no way to display backslash in the PowerPoint. That's legacy, but okay. So what is Plagger? Plagger is pluggable RSS aggregator. There's no E, but you don't need to care about it. So why do you need a pluggable infrastructure for just a feed application? But because back in 2002, I made a baseball to RSS script which fetches a Japanese baseball score like from the Yahoo web page, scrape that into RSS so that you can query the announce the latest baseball score live to Hsin-Chan. And in 2003, I made a RSS to JavaScript command line script that takes RSS and creates a JavaScript file that you can put in any web page to display, latest 5 or 10 headlines of the articles. And 2004, the Rock aggregation service Rockline created an API. So I made a demo script that takes the unread items from Rockline's API to synchronize that data to iPod file, notes file, so you can read RSS blog and title in the body here. It's not really usable, but it's a fun project to do. It's actually done in 3 hours or something. And later I created a script called RSS to audiobook, which fetches the RSS and created a using text-to-speech engine like Microsoft or Apple's text-to-speech engine to create a WAV file. Then I using iTunes API to encode that to AAC file and then transfer it to iPod. So you can listen to like use today in a train using iCloud. That's pretty useful. And I was using Bloglines for like 2 years, but Bloglines user interface is kind of slow and it's not very useful. So I wrote a script called Bloglines to Gmail that fetches the online items from Bloglines using API and creates an HTML mail for each item and send that to my Gmail account. That's pretty useful. And these scripts kind of look like this. So use the LWP module to fetch the feed and XML RSS module to parse the feed and doing these things. It's a kind of short script, but the really important thing is this line. And other than that, it's all the same. Like, you know, there's a lot of RSS to something script, but these kind of look like each other. And the important stuff is just not this line. And but this is pretty simple and trivial. And but if you want like error checking, you need to update these lines to check if there is no error in the response object. And this one does RSS only, but there's another feed format called Atom. So if you want to support that, you should add a XML Atom feed module and branch by checking the content type matches Atom or RSS. And this one creates that XML feed like every time and transfer all the content. It's kind of a waste of bandwidth. So if you want smart get using HTTP optimization, you want probably like caching the local file and use the mirror method of the user agent. That's pretty much. And there's a lot of broken XML data on the web, like RSS and Atom kind of generated by crappy rock software, and it's not well formed. So there's a way to handle this one, but adding these stuff to individual script, like I made up a 5 or 10 RSS to something script individual, and changes made to these kind of different scripts, kind of waste of time. So and apparently it's not only me doing these things on the web. Like there's software called RSS.pml or PDF, RSS to Atom, Atom to RSS, like create an iCal, like programs to OPML, RSS to Gmail, RSS to IMAP, eBay to RSS, SPM to RSS. Not like RSS to something or something to RSS and other way around. That's pretty, reinvention of way all over the web, and it's kind of ridiculous because some of the scripts are written in Perl, in Python, and .NET, and different languages, they have different bugs, and I can hack Perl script, but I can't, or Python Ruby, I can, but they will require a lot of time, and that's a waste of time. So I decided to create kind of like platform or framework sort of stuff to deal with these stuff, like RSS and Atom, and with modules, like classes and images, filters, and stuff. So that's what Plagger is, and it's kind of how Plagger works in this, explaining the really nice picture. And so RSS, text file, Excel file, iCal can be transformed into different formats. So that's kind of a really good point. So here's how Plagger's architecture is designed. There's kind of like blocks, different phases in the plugins, and these are all modular and creates like Lego block. So for example, when you pick Bloglines from subscription and use Gmail in the publish phase, this is like Bloglines to Gmail. So fetch the outlet item from Bloglines and creates HTML and mail to Gmail account. And if you take the iCal and the feed, this way Plagger takes iCal and transforms the iCal to RSS feed and then publish to RSS or Atom. So this is iCal to RSS or iCal to Atom. You can also pick multiple plugins from different phases and merge them all together. Like take the list of URL from OPML file or HTML, those are microformats file, and then strip the advertisement and find the enclosures and download it. And if the feed contains a relative link, resolve that to absolute URI, and then publish to the RSS, and optionally notifies to Mac or Stand Grow engine, something like that. So it's like if you're familiar with Unix programming, it's like cat flex Unix server or something like that. Its plugger is like a Unix shell for RSS, and actually, the CDO of Microsoft Layelzy said like RSS has the potential to be Unix pipe of the internet. So it's kind of like, and actually Yahoo, maybe a few months ago, released a service called Yahoo Pipes, and this is actually web service that allows you to do things like Plugger without actually installing Plugger on your machine. So it's pretty cool one, but Plugger has more potential because it's open source software and you can install on your box and not hosted on Yahoo servers. So anyway, so Plugger can be called like Unix shell for 2.0. That's a pretty good timeline. So here's a number of combinations because it's like Lego block and combination of plugins. You can build a lot of applications. So this currently we have 35 plugins for subscription and custom feed, and in the output we have 37. So multiply that over 1,000 applications you can build on top of Plugger, which is pretty cool. So I'll just give you a quick tour of the core features implemented in Plugger. Plugger implements RSS and add more to discovery. So you don't need to pass the actual URL for the feed file. You can just pass in the raw URL if that HTML is supposed to help to discovery. And it supports a feed formats from really old crafty RSS 0.9 to the newest Atom 1.0 using this XML feed CPAN module. And if the feed is broken, if you install XML River kind of hacky evil module, it fixes the broken XML to post that. I know a lot of people against this idea, but this is kind of useful if you need to deal with the broken feed on the web. And it supports the HTTP optimization like IMS, which is zip file, and completely support podcast and video cast enclosures, and it actually supports the photocast and macros and iPhoto stuff, and kind of RSS extension for a media file. And there's a lot of stuff. It also allows, you can like custom feed plugin to screen scrape the site that actually don't publish RSS out of it. This is really useful if you want to keep track of the site without RSS. And plugins are stackable, just you see. So, and dispatcher plugins can be loop-based. So this might sound really cool, right? And I guess so. And another question to get next will be how can I start using it? So installing Plugger is kind of like it's a London PM mailing list. I got from Simon to say like it took 9 or 12 hours to get Plugger installed. It's kind of like because it requires 100 of CPAN modules to install Plugger, which could be nightmare. But so installing Plugger is kind of like challenge, but because 93 CPAN dependencies, and it's but it's always a challenge because if you use a decent Unix distributions, you can get YAM or install previously PPM on Windows. So just do that without missing out on CPAN shell. But if you do not like using package managers or hardcore CPAN user, just do this or this. No test. Just skip all the tests and force install all the modules if the build failed. That's really fine.
It'll work okay.
Yeah, it works okay. So you finally successfully installed Plugger, and here's how to do it. You actually use the stuff. No, I don't do it. I just take your time. So the basic stuff I actually use in my life is to use my email client as RSS reader because Logline's UI is not good enough for me. So here's a sample configuration file. Configuration file in Plugger is actually YAML file, and here's the global plugin section and a list of the module to load. In this example, we use subscription config module, and this is list the URL in a config file as a list, and so this add URL and load URL, and then publish the feed to my Gmail account. It's really easy stuff. And here's how it looks like. It's Gmail, so Gmail supports HTML, so you can embed the image, and the link is displayed correctly, and from is the title of the feed, and here's the title of the entry, and the link, and the author, and the tag or category. That's pretty useful. And yeah, HTML block code tag, something like that is displayed correctly, and the images are displayed nice. And if the feed has a logo or a body icon, it's displayed in the right, top right. It's pretty useful for iconic. And what's nice about Gmail is you can search from your Gmail account. So like you can search only from your subscribed feed content rather than all the website. That's pretty useful. And if the feed is updated, Gmail automatically detects the difference and only display the difference and hide the paragraphs that are not changed. That's pretty useful. So, but in that example, I listed the URLs in the YAML file. That's pretty annoying because I subscribe to like 1,000 feed and myself. So you can outsource the list into a different file. But so these graphs, lines are not changed. The red lines are changed. It was a subscription config, but changed that to OPML and list the specify the URL. So from this configuration, all you need to do to update your subscription is update this file and not this configuration file. So this is more like dry. And here's an example of file. It has a URL to the XML or HTML. That looks pretty good. And but currently OPML is not the best format because it's XML. Anything that's XML by hand is kind of ridiculous thing to do. So if you just like a file, change that to subscription file, and it's a text file and a URL. It's more concise than XML, ridiculous XML format. So that's pretty nice. And this is its file URL, so it's a local text file, but it could be any URL like HTTP. But as I said, I subscribe to more than 1,000 feeds. Using my machine to cloud all the 1,000 feeds every 30 minutes, that's a waste of boundaries. So the idea is to let blog lines do that because so outsource the blog lines to all the crawling stuff and notify me only blog lines find the update. So change that to subscription blog lines and pass the username and password. And this way, Plagger queries the blog lines using this API to only get the updated items, then pass the items to Gmail. It's pretty neat. You don't need to crawl all the feeds using your machine. So blog lines is pretty cool because the crawl of blog lines is really fast and it's really stable. But the UI is not good enough for me. So I can still use blog lines and manage the subscription using blog lines UI, but using Gmail or other email clients to be that's pretty useful. So what if I like to bookmark feed entries to delicious inside Gmail? That's pretty useful. And easy to do. Just add this line. You just simple delicious, and you will have this button magically appear in the footer, and just click it and display the dialog and bookmark to the delicious. And this one is a shortcut to blog lines. So if you don't want to leave this item anymore, just click it and to unsubscribe from the feed. That's pretty useful. And a lot of sites contains advertisement in RSS feed. That's kind of annoying. There's a plugin to filter that. Filter strict RSS ad, and it's just gone. This plugin supports like 10 ad services and actually pluggable and updated regularly, so it's pretty useful. And maybe you might know a site called Planet. Planet is a software written in Python to build a site like this. So if you have multiple blog, like Apache software developers blog, list of the blogs here, and here's the newest entries from individual blogs. That's what Planet is called, and you can create a Planet site with Plagger. It's pretty easy. Just a list of the site using subscription config, and it's a plugin called Bundle Planet, and title, URL, directory, and all the stuff, and you get this HTML and XML and necessary files to the directory. And actually, the Catalyst team uses Plagger to set up their Planet site, which is running Planet Catalyst framework.org. Its design is kind of neat. Okay, so I don't have much time, so I will just give a quick tour for more plugins. So as we saw in the picture, there's different phases of the plugins, and let's see, like subscription. There's a configuration, just like the list of URLs in the configuration, or in the HTML or in the text file, and it can be in like a HTML file with class. So it's kind of like micro formats, but it's pretty easy. You like have to list the URL, and you can also pull the URL in the bookmark file over Firefox, IE, and Safari. So you can use subscription bookmark to generate OPML to import to blog reader or something like that. And custom feed is a list of plugins to handle feed formats other than just RSS add, and also the screen scraping. Like custom feed offers free access to your mailbox and fetch email as a feed item. And if the email contains attachment like MP3 file, that can be handled as a podcast. That's pretty neat. And there's also custom feed iCal to handle iCal as a feed entry. So you can convert iCal to RSS and other way around as well. And filter is a phase to normalize the metadata and upgrade feed content, or filter the content in text filters, and invoke some actions. Examples are strip RSS ad, just like you saw, just strip these annoying RSS ad. And entry for text is a interesting plugin to upgrade contentless feed to full text feed, because some feed only provides a summary or the title only, and it doesn't contain the full text. It's kind of annoying. So entry full text plugin access the individual URI and extracts the body by analyzing the HTML and embed the content into RSS item body. It's pretty useful. And find enclosures. It's to scan the HTML body and find the link to MP3 file or FLP or AVI or whatever media file and create an enclosure. And the publish is kind of like the most interesting phase. And publish entry to online services like Delicious, Google Type, iPad, and it will convert feeds to other formats. Like publish feed is to publish feed into RSS add-on. So you can use custom feed, something site scraping plugin with publish feed to generate a feed for a site without a feed, and subscribe to the generated feed using your favorite RSS aggregator. That's really useful. Publish Delicious is a nice plugin to automatically bookmark your kind of favorite items to Delicious using its API. Publish NT, the blog entries using XMRPC API. And publish iCal, generate iCal feeds out of RSS. And recently I created publish Twitter. It's it's kind of useful because you can just specify the RSS URL and it automatically posts a new entry to some Twitter account. It's pretty useful. And publish Excel. That's pretty. This is the actual Excel file, and this is the title and the URL. This is a URL and a body. So if you're not allowed to like net surf in the job environment, you can dump it to the Excel file and read it. Your boss will notice that. And search plugins, different type of publish to index the aggregated entries into search engine, like Spotlight. It's a Michael Hsin-Chan's default search engine, and Australia is one of Japanese development search engine. It's pretty fast, and Hsin as well. And Notify is a different type of publish as well to notify the feed updates in the various ways. Like Campfire is a chat service from 37 signals, and macOS and Grow and Windows tooltip stuff. And MS Agent, it's Microsoft Agent. It actually speaks to its titles and body. It's pretty interesting and annoying as well. And Notify it ejects a CD-ROM and DVD-ROM drive. Actually, multi-platform, Windows, Linux, VDC, and macOS. It's pretty in Japan, there's a site, ASP site, you can log in to do site scraping to automatically order pizza and sushi as well. Yeah, we should rename that stuff to Notify Delivery or something because it doesn't do pizza, only the pizza anyway.
Get more modules.
Yeah, totally. And, yeah. Maybe someone to do the demo of Mr. Buncher in Lightning Talks today. So there's a lot of stuff to do though, because the document is kind of crappy and horrible, and no good documentation. If you're a pro hacker, you can just see the source code, but otherwise it's not easy to keep up with the latest features. We're currently working on site redesign. It's been suspended like for a few months, but we should resume doing it. And there's a lot of stuff, open tickets on track. It's not a bad sign because we just use ticket system as a wish list to do. And there's no database backend yet. One of the committers made a publish DVIC that uses DVIX class to store the updated item to database, so you can write your own application in like GPT or Catalyst to create another UI by yourself, but it's not in the core yet. And the development status is currently we have version 0.7.17, and the features that will come soon will be like iTunes, RSS, and process enclosures. Currently, it actually downloads the enclosure of the local file, but not anymore. So currently, I'm thinking about transcodes the enclosure using FFmpeg or synchronized to PSP, write on video, like devices like that, and more rich metadata by extracting the tag in the file, extract the links to IMDb or Amazon account to figure out what actual media data the item is talking about, and support a microformats like HW to extract more rich metadata. And calendar support is partially done. ICAO passes and emitter is actually done, but not like microformat support for ICS files, email, sync email, stuff like that. So development is currently we have 38 authors and more than 100 plugins, but most of them are from Japan. And if you search Plagger in Google, there's a lot of hits, but maybe 90% of the articles are written in Japanese. So there's a lot of people blogging about Plagger every day. More than 50 per day. That's pretty insane. But it's not yet, you know, well known in the English and the Chinese community. So it helps spreading the word's meaning and contribution to the document and suggestions are highly welcome. So there's a website, Plagger.org, and there's a planet and the name is RC and about trucking and constantly using truck. And there's our Hsin-Chan Plagger, you know. So join us. That's it. Any questions? That's right on time. Okay, let's have lunch. Thank you.